One team wanting to have a firm hold of their spot on top of the North Division standings will go against a squad who just want to bounce back from a loss and improve its place in the middle of the pack. This is as we continue our live coverage of Atlantis 88, Manny Pacquiao Jr. MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Let's take a look here at the game at hand, which is going to be between Rizal Switch Fiber against the Malabon Fisher Mall BBSD in the 1600 division. Kakatapos lang natin with the 1800 division kanina. Tapos yung mga morning games, pwede nyo tingnan yan sa Facebook, YouTube, and Channel 98 on Single TV. Good afternoon, friends. Zico Roch here with Noy Africa and Flo Del Agua. And Coach Noy, ang ganda ng what a way to open the afternoon games with Rizal and Malabon.
That's right, but right now we're in the second chapter of the afternoon trilogy. Parang soap opera lang, but of course the basketball action here really providing all the drama and excitement here at the Ynares Antipolo Center.
Well, we open things off with Rizal led by John Ray Ladica and John Axel Mendoza.
Well, whenever you talk about Rizal, you definitely talk about these two young guns. John Ray Ladica leads the team in scoring and steals with 22 and 3 steals per game. You can also add to that the 4 points and 1.8 assists per game. Of course, this kid is just a monster in the open floor. Really pretty much unstoppable, especially with the defense that he plays. The wreaking havoc against the defense of the opponent.
Coming off at a 3-2 record and from a loss against Mandaluyong, what can we expect from Rizal heading into this matchup inside the Ynares Center?
Well, of course, you'd also like to talk about itong si John Axel Mendoza averaging a double-double, 18 points, 10 rebounds per game. But in that game, itong si Ladica, I mean, he was only off by 3 points. And si John Axel Mendoza, both 3 points off their averages. But in that game, really that, I think, spelled the difference. Because interestingly, itong Rizal shot better from the field, making half of their shots, 50%. They shot 50% from the three-point line. Usually, that's more than enough to bring you a victory. But in that game, they were forced to commit 21 turnovers, which Mandaluyong capitalized into 26 points of turnovers. They pretty much lost that game in the third quarter, wherein they gave up 26 points to Mandaluyong. They were even close up to the last minute, but unfortunately, a heartbreaking loss for them in that last game.
Definitely a heartbreaking loss last time, but now we move on to the side of Malabon, who are led by Matthew Aran and Monico Manlutak.
That's right. So when you talk about Malabon at 1 and 2, they are still trying to find, that go-to scorer for them. And so far, these two have been the ones who are trying their best to fill in that role for Coach Froilan Baguion. You have Matthew Aran averaging 9 points per game. He leads the team in scoring, usually ang team leader in scoring double digits, but so far for Malabon, they're still looking for that guy. So 9 points per game for Matthew Aran with 4.5 rebounds per game. And in that last game, it was actually Monico Manlutak who led them in scoring, but as a whole, averaging 8 points per game and 1.5 steals per game. So these two players will really need to step up and look for that third, fourth, maybe even up to the fifth scorer for them to have a little more offensive production.
Currently 1 and 2 and in the middle of the standings itong Malabon. What kind of team are they heading against Rizal?
Well, actually in that game against Mandaluyong, they shot very well from the field, 55%. However, they were just limited to 47 attempts. I mean, whenever you shoot over 50%, that's usually a good number. But they were really just turning the ball over too much, committing 35 big turnovers, which Mandaluyong, converted into 37 points of turnovers. And interestingly though, yung kanilang leading scorer, si Matthew Aran, was not around for that game. So let's see if he can step up here for his team.
Oh, now the main leader for Malabon is currently playing right now. Let's see how it's gonna go through between Rizal and Malabon once again. But before that, let me introduce you to the third member of our panel, Flo Del Agua. Flo, it's yours.
Interesting match we have here, Noy and Nico, as both Rizal and Malabon are coming from a loss and looking to end that streak live dito sa Ynares, Antipolo. Talking about their loss, team captain James Mendoza of Rizal told me na naging impactful ang kanyang pagkaka-foul out last game. Lalo na't dikit lang laban against Mandaluyong ay nadali din sila ng penalty situation. Para naman kay team captain Uno Cruz ng Malabon, nahirapan sila magbaba ng bola last game because of lack of connection with his teammates, resulting into 35 5 turnovers against Mandaluyong. Before we begin the game, magandang tanghali sa ating viewers and supporters, and here's our venue announcer to start the action.
To Ynares under Antipolo. And here's the pip match of. It's time for your Rizal Swiss Fiber and Malabon Fisher Mall 16 under. First, we would like to thank Atlantis 88, the sponsor of Manny Pacquiao Jr.'s MPBL Inaugural season. Let's meet the starting five of Malabon Fisher Mall 16 under. His playing guard, number 13, Uno Cruz. Under guard, number 26, Iron Malyari. His playing guard, number 15, Zach Lais. Center, number 78, Monica Malutak. At center, number 0, Juan Pacheco. The head coach of Malabon Fisher Mall 16 under, Coach Roy Lenbagyon. Assistant coach, Mark Sarmiento. Now introducing the starting five of Rizal Switch Fiber 16 under. Small forward number 14, John Ray Ladica. His center, number 72, Axel Mendoza. Playing forward, number 15, Yuan Tagorda. Shooting guard, number 0, Klein Gregorio. Playing forward, number 10, Mark Herrera. Head coach of Rizal Switch Fiber 16 under, Coach Jun Cuevas. Assistant coach, Kelvin Gregorio, Ruel Benaventura. Games official, Cruise Chief John Mahinay, Jester Tabanera, and John Paul Lobobo. Ito ang Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
This is the 16 under division between the Rizal Switch Fiber against the Malabon Fisher Mall. Once again, Nico Roch here, Coach Noy Africa, and Flo Del Agua as your panel for today and the remaining game that will come later this afternoon. And Coach Noy, with Rizal currently 3-2 and Malabon 1-2, what can people expect for those who missed the pre-game about Rizal Switch Fiber and Malabon?
Well, definitely if you're talking about Rizal Switch Fiber, it's that dynamic duo of Ladica and Mendoza that you have to watch out for. But then, do not turn a blind eye on guys like Tagorda and Herrera, who provides, itong si Tagorda, their starting point guard, and of course, si Herrera providing, being the backup here for Axel Mendoza. But on the other end, of course, we're trying to see if Manlutak can replicate his performance in the last game, a double-digit production, and we're also trying to check if Matthew Aran will be around for them in this ball game.
Tingnan nga natin how it's gonna be para sa ating mga players na nandito ngayon sa loob ng Ynares Center. The starting five for Rizal Switch Fiber, Gregorio, Herrera, Ladica, Tagorda, and Mendoza. While to round out the five in the side of Malabon Fisher Mall, it's Pacheco, Cruz, Laiz, Malyari, and Manlutak. And on the line right now is Rizal Switch Fiber, hoping to put up the first 2 points of this game.
And you see on your screens, Coach Jun Cuevas, the head coach here for Rizal Switch Fiber, as his team can now sit down after that first point coming from Ladica.
A minute and 5 seconds has passed here. 16 in under division, kakatapos ng 18 in under division, wherein Rizal was able to pull away in the fourth quarter. Considering that the first to third, medyo close, no? Lalayo sila by 10-12, and the next thing you know, Malabon was only down by 2. But it's the chemistry of Rizal that brought them the victory and familiarity with one another. One aspect of a team that Malabon doesn't have yet, something that they need to develop.
And actually, for that Malabon squad, I think one of the more underrated traits for any team is the teamwork and the gelling, the chemistry, really very underrated. But eventually, Rizal did use that to pull off that victory over Malabon. So let's see if that trend will continue here in the 16 and under division.
It'll be interesting to see how these teams plays, considering that the first game that we covered in the afternoon games a while ago, they opted for a lot of threes. Both teams, I think, a combined 50 shot attempts, including, Rizal and Malabon.
And I think, like maybe 60 to 70% of those attempts coming from the side of Malabon. As you see, Ladika starting to work here early already with 4 points, all 4 points for Rizal Switch Fiber.
And there's a reason why he averages 22.4 points, 4.4 rebounds, 1.8 assists per game. That's already with a 5-game slate under them. So you can finally form like a trend that this is the kind of production you can expect from him day in and day out.
You already have a good enough sample size to make that assess that the statistics are accurate.
Before that, a power move brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness, official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. The strength and conditioning of Manlutak once again on display right now.
And if also on display is Coach Froilan Baguion. Looks like he is also still doing his own workouts. Baka pwede nating i-refer to sa pound for pound fitness.
Sakto. Para sa mga players niya. No? Can you just imagine how hard it is to managing different complete sets of guys from the 18, 16, 14. Ako malilito ako eh. Parang wait. Ano ba ito inaano ko? Hawak ko ngayon.
Well, I think that is really a matter of having the right people around you, the assistant coaches, your coaching staff. Because if you were listening during the pre-game announcement ng ating venue announcer, both in the 18 and 16 under, they were announcing different head coaches. But we all know who is running the show here, Coach Froilan Baguion and his Baguion Basketball Skills and Development Camp.
Hence, why it's called Malabon Fisher Mall BB
SD. We really have to, contend with a lot of letters here with all the teams.
Dapat inaalala natin yan, yung mga abbreviations and the organizations that support the teams that are here playing in the Junior MPBL. Without them, it will be hard to get the support. Runner is no good at naabutan ng shot clock violation since the ball did not hit the rim. It should go back to the Rizal Switch Fiber, but Malabon, same story as a while ago. They were the ones who hit first. And up right now by 3. Parang yung mga kuya nila kanina. It's a matter of can they hold it till the end?
Well, that remains to be seen. But so far, itong Rizal trying to play a zone defense here. Let's see if Malabon can break that with the outside shooting.
You can see that they're not shy with the outside shooting. And recovered and made by Malabon once more.
That's really one of the problems of the zone defense. Since you're defending a certain area, you're suspect to teams with a good offensive rebounding, and that's exactly what Manlutak did on that previous possession. But itong Malabon also forcing a turnover here on Rizal.
Ang ganda ng simula ng Malabon dito. This is the kind of start that they want if they want to beat a team like Rizal that's currently 3-2. With that, let's give this to Flo. Del Agua first. Flo, take it away.
Prior to their last game, head coach June Cuevas of Rizal mentioned that their 3 points have been very shaky because of lack of time for game prep. Luckily, they were able to fix this against Mandaluyong, given na lamang sila not just in 3 points, but in overall field goal percentage. Kwento niya dahil ito sa pag-polish sa kanilang shooting before the game. However, nag-lack sa depensa ang koponan in the first half, kaya hindi naging enough ang kataasan ng kanilang shooting percentage. Anong insights niyo dito, Noy and Nico?
Actually, the 3 is actually, you live and die by the 3. That is the very definition para sa ating Rizal Switch Fiber. What do you think, Noy? Ganun, no? Tama naman yung live and die by the 3.
Well, a lot of teams now, it's an acceptable ploy. It's an acceptable way to build your team to live and die by the 3, especially nowadays. But again, yun nga, sabi ni Coach Jun Cuevas, ang concern nila is the lack of practice time. So, 3-point shooting is really a matter of repetitions, and the great shooters even make like 1,000 makes in a day.
In a day.
So
Hindi lang attempts yun.
That's makes. So you can just
makes.
imagine. So if you're shooting 50% unguarded from the 3-point line, that's going to be 2,000 attempts in a game, in a day.
Well, if you're not a good 3-point shooter, that goes up to 3,000 attempts in order to...
I'd probably take like 10,000 and call it a week.
I call it a week. I'm done for the week.
You see
no more basketball for me.
Yeah, basket there for Tagorda in the fast break. So 8 points, 3 rebounds, and nearly 4 assists ang average nito ni Tagorda.
Something glaring right now for Rizal is that they are only shooting 2 for 9. Pero kakasimula pa lang naman natin dito sa first quarter ng labanan ng 1600 division.
Well, if you're Malabon, you know that itong Rizal really thrives on the running game. So if you are able to slow down the pace and try to limit your turnovers, you're going to negate the advantage in athletic ability of guys like Ladica and Axel Mendoza.
Sakto yung timing mo, si Ladica. The athleticism, nag-ano siya bigla, oh. Had to get creative with a layup in order to not get blocked.
Scripted kasi yun.
Scripted.
Pinag-usapan namin, oh.
Alam na alam niya, sa 2:58 mark, magdadrive ako. Once again, this is what makes Rizal so dangerous. It's their running game. And so far, they're bobbling the ball and recovered now by Malabon. They have to stop them. Well, to stop Rizal from getting these easy baskets if they want to have a chance of winning, considering that this is a formidable team that they're facing.
Definitely Rizal loves to run, and if you're Malabon, even when you're trying to set up that pressure, full court pressure defense, you have to be wary of guys leaking on both ends.
No good there. After that slight bump, play goes on, says our referee. It's 2 minutes and 15 remaining here with Rizal. They were down a while ago by 8. The lead has been cut to half of that. They opt for the 3. Slow release shot, but still able to get it off. Once more for Rizal, they're hounded inside the paint. The drive and the foul on the floor. The score right now is 12-10 with Malabon only up by 2 against the 3-2 Rizal Switch Fiber, who are not fazed by whatever they are facing right now.
Well, if you're Malabon, the thing you want to do with Ladica is to force him to shoot from the outside, because so far in this tournament, has not really been that effective with the outside shot, because once you let him penetrate inside, really just a lot of problems for you.
Just see how creative Rizal is when it comes to attacking the paint and feeding their big men just like that. That's a power move brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness, official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. John Axel Mendoza, welcome to the game. 2 minutes, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a chance to make it a 3-point play at the line.
Well, definitely Axel Mendoza underneath, really a big headache. I think he really has not only the advantage in height, but also the athleticism, that leaping ability, allowing him to corral those rebounds.
But he misses that free throw right there. But it's still a tie ball game. Malabon right now need to answer back, considering that they've been a bit quiet in the past few minutes, considering it was Rizal who made that run in order to tie this game. A bounce pass to the paint, well read by the white shirts. A 3 versus 1 advantage. Now 2 lefty layup is well read and blocked by Malabon. They try to force it inside, and that's the result of when you try to force things, when it's not in the flow of the game.
That time Capaduso got caught. The ball actually got caught to his hip that time, and being forced to a walk there.
You can see that he was trying to back down his opponent, but Malabon, the wise move to pull the chair. That's why he lost control of the basketball and his movement as well.
Well, I hope that's something that they don't do to us here in the panel. Masakit yun eh.
Pull the chair sa atin.
Literal yung sa atin kasi literal eh.
Literal pull the chair. Naalala ko, again, another high looper. Hindi talaga nauubusan ng mga gandang tres tong Malabon, Fisher Mall. We saw the same thing in the previous game for the 18 and under. And that is by Ricardo Castro, his first 3 points in this game. And I'm not sure kung sa buong Junior MPBL tournament niya so far. Off to the left is that shot by Vergara. Malabon made a high looping 3 a while ago, hoping to replicate it once again, or maybe make it a 5-point lead. Instead, it goes to a turnover. Fast break, not wasting any time. Itong ating Rizal Switch Fiber, cutting it back to 1. We got 18 seconds remaining here in the first, and it looks like Malabon will hold it for the last shot.
Well, it really depends on the defense being played here by Rizal.
7 seconds to go. Again, finding the shooter from 3. Hits the back rim. Rebounded by Mendoza. I'm not sure if he's aware of the time. He is not, and that is why they will not be able to make a shot attempt at the buzzer. At the end of the first quarter, it's 16 for Malabon. Before that, the Atlantis 88 moved the game, courtesy of the side of Rizal Switch Fiber. You can see here, Ladica again. Muntik na magka-offensive foul there because of the left hand, but managed to evade the defender and finishing through contact. 15-14 is your score. We'll see you guys in the second quarter.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL pa.
Take a look here at some of the crowd inside the Ynares Center supporting the 16 and under division of the Rizal Switch Fiber and Malabon Fisher Mall. Here.
You can also see our venue announcer at the bottom of your screens.
Sir Gerald daw. Si ating favorite venue announcer for the Junior MPBL. Drive to the right, pulling up for 3 once more. Napalakas dun yung bitaw ng Malabon. Here we go with Rizal wasting no time, true to their nature to run the fast break even though there's already a defense that's set up right under the basket.
Well, if you also look at the stats, you can see that itong Rizal not really reliant on that three-point shot, as they've only attempted once in the first quarter. Itong Malabon naman, just like their 18 and under counterparts, really relies heavily on the three-point area. Already has made 2 out of 7. So let's see how many more Malabon will hoist up here. In the earlier game, I think they
30 plus?
30 plus, yeah.
kanina eh. For sure, nasa 34-35 from what I remember in the fourth quarter. Anyway, Noy, Rizal is currently down right now. They have the better record. What should they fix heading into this quarter and the following?
Well, initially they were bothered by the full court pressure defense being implemented by Malabon, and every time they break that pressure defense, that's when they get a lot of their points. So it's really just a matter of taking care of the basketball. So far, 5 turnovers for Rizal and 4 for Malabon.
Well, Malabon currently up by 1, and they will want to extend that from downtown, and they do. 3 for 8 right now. 3 for 9 now from that part of the court, and make it a 4-point lead now. See there, a tap by Malabon wanting to stop that fast break kasi kung di nila tapikan, I think they're gonna be an easy layup para sa Rizal. Opting to go for the 2, knowing that that is their bread and butter when it comes to scoring against this matchup.
Crucial juncture here for Rizal Switch Fiber. Rarely do they let Axel Mendoza and Ladica sit at the same time.
But before that, a power move brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness, official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL, and that is Lawrence Pilas with the offensive board and the putback while getting hit from his arm.
That's a very quick answer to the question I just posed. Where does the points come from for Rizal as they miss on the free throw?
And for Rizal, they are shooting a miserable 2 for 6 from the free throw line right now. It could have changed if they only made maybe 2 more.
Yeah, that's right. But
yeah,
ito naman Malabon on the other end, just going to the free throw line once and hitting on that solitary attempt.
1 for 1 sila eh, no? Here comes Malabon. 7 minutes and 49 remaining. Malabon trying to do a fast break of their own, but they want to end it with a 3, but it's way off and off to the left, and that ball should return back to the white shirts.
But not really a problem there for Coach Froilan Baguion. You could see that he was even applauding it despite the the frustration for not making that shot. But that's an acceptable shot nowadays, pulling up from range in transition.
I think naman sa coaches na, as long as you follow the game plan, if that was what's supposed to happen, they won't care if it's a miss or a make. Of course, they will have to make it a make, but a
And
miss is part of the game.
Yeah, and it was an open shot, so really no problem there.
And sometimes makikita mo nagagalit pa sila pag
When you
pinasa
pass
nila yun.
up an open shot, especially since mahigpit yung depensa ng kalaban, those are like freebies for teams.
Ayun, mukhang freebie, but Rizal Switch Fiber able to get that foul and to stop the layup by Malabon Fisher Mall. 20-16 is our score. Still down by 4 itong Rizal Switch Fiber with 6 minutes and 51 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Well, so far, itong si Monico Manlutak has already 5 points and 3 rebounds, averaging 8.5 and 3.5 per game. So, really closing in on his averages.
Make that 8 points and 4 rebounds now. And si Manlutak, close to, ano ba averages niya? Diba ito yung nasa 8
and 5, yeah.
So,
8 and 4. He's already there, actually.
Or whatever it is, maganda yung gising nila dito. I don't remember when their last game was. Was it a morning or afternoon games? But if it's morning, then he should pray for more afternoon games in order to get the type of production. First half pa lang. Rizal trying to do a fast break, but it hits his leg. Oh, yeah, it hits the leg of Mendoza. Great stop there once again by Malabon, staying consistent from the same effort and the discipline that we have seen from them in the first quarter.
I'm actually surprised sometimes how players are surprised when the ball doesn't go their way. Sa kanila nga huli tumama eh.
Oo nga eh. Feel
Of
nila
all
yun eh.
people, they should know.
Natawagan siya ng traveling. I thought a while ago that they would be called for an offensive foul considering that there was a slight lean, but I wasn't focusing on the feet.
But at least, if you're a goho, you'd rather have that turnover than being called for a foul. Already has one personal foul.
Mahirap kapag you're playing with... Iba kasi laro mo pag malapit ka na ma-foul trouble. Again, a drive, but a steal first. Good thing, Rizal, despite having lesser numbers, we're able to stop that. The step through and almost the end one, but they should head to the line for 2 shots.
What was actually entertaining there was the ball was pretty much rolling on the floor. If you go way up in age bracket, that's the most difficult thing to do. Try to pick the ball up off the floor, but we are in the 18 and under division, and you can just admire the control and the effort there for Ladika picking up the basketball and getting to the free throw line. And
Ladika already has 6 points and 2 rebounds, and it should stay that way after missing those free throws. They really need those, 2 for 8 in the first half. For sure, pag-uusapan nila yan sa halftime, hey guys, you gotta work on our free throws.
And to think the concern of Coach June Cuevas was their 3-point shooting. So far, it's really more of the free throw shooting that is bothering them.
And ang maganda, first half pala, wala pa tayo sa endgame. What happened to Rizal last time was that they lost the game in the third quarter, right? There was a bench, from what we have read and seen, they were outscored by a lot in the third quarter when they went up against Mandaluyong. And therefore, from there, nawala na yung parang momentum nila and completely sucking the life out of them as they got loss number 2.
Yeah, they did try to claw their way back in the fourth quarter, but, sometimes those third quarter lapses, the third quarter runs that teams make sometimes really affect the outcome of the ball game.
22-17 with 4:41 remaining. 4 team fouls already for Malabon. So if you're Rizal Switch Fiber, you're actually happy with the state of your defenders. You can be more aggressive. You love to play the attacking game and do the fast break. So that could prove to be your advantage when the remaining 4:41 and hopefully be able to tie this game or, take the lead. There's a lot of time left.
No, but on the other end, ito namang Malabon with a major adjustment here using a platoon swap.
Let's give this first to Flo Del Agua for a report.
Walang magaling na opensa sa mahigpit na depensa. Yan ang mga salita ni Assistant Coach Mark Sarmiento of Malabon while sharing na bumitaw lang daw sa press break ang players last game kaya sila natalo. Sa trainings naman ay may kumpiyansa ang 16 under na Malabon pero nasabi ni Coach Mark na may kaba pa sa hardcourt ang players gawa ng bata pa sila at karamihan ay first time sa amateur league. Back to you, Noy and Nico.
Ito rin, it's the same thing. Parehas ano na, yung first time lang in an amateur league, first time in a setting like this. And you can see yung respect niya for defense. Usually we would say that the offense usually beats defense, right? Good offense beats good defense. But in his end, depensa talaga number one priority.
Especially since pretty much rookies tong mga players ng Malabon. So for head coach Mark Sarmiento, I mean, we've been always talking about Coach Froilan Baguion, but on paper, the official coach here for the Malabon 16 and under is Coach Mark Sarmiento, really just stressing the importance of defense.
That's a bad foul on Malabon, Fisherman, considering that they should be more aware that they're already in the penalty right after that foul. You're up by 6. You don't want to give your opponent the momentum that they want.
And right after we stress the importance of defense, according to head coach Mark Sarmiento, they are in the penalty with 3:30 remaining in the first half.
Yung maganda dito, at least Rizal has only scored 5 points in the second quarter. So low scoring game, and if it's by design, it's supposed to be this way, then it's a good thing that's going for Malabon. And if Rizal continues to shoot at this pace, then maybe give up the free throws from time to time, considering that they're having a hard time to be able to catch up at that specific part of the court.
That's right. Only, I think that's like 3 out of 12 already.
3 out of 12 na after that.
That's 25%. While
And they're
itong
only down by
Malabon
6.
haven't missed yet from the charity stripe, despite 3 attempt lang naman yan.
A drive by Malabon, adding some wrinkles to their offense. Drive muna bago mag-tres. Off to the far left on that one. But then again, play should continue and try to stop Rizal, who want to go at the line and at their defenders. But nabitawan dun ni Salvador yung bola as the ball was headed right to him, but he lost control since it was moving at a fast pace.
Well, you'd always want to grab a rebound with 2 hands. That time, Salvador trying to use just 1 hand. Medyo tinataasan mo yung difficulty level as good defense there on Ladica. Really, that's something that Ladica will need to work on, especially, you know, when he tries to move on. I mean, when the NCAA starts, it's not going to be enough for you to be an excellent slasher without the ability to shoot.
A 3-pointer once again by Malabon. In line yung ibang tira nila. You really get scared if you're Rizal. That, oh my gosh, it looks like it's going in once again. But a Rizal switch fiber is on the floor. He's all right.
Just a tough kid. If I'm not mistaken, a
okay.
product of Cagayan de Oro. So we've had a lot of players coming from Cagayan de Oro the past few years. Giovanni Halalon.
Yeah, the most famous one
The most
coming
famous
out.
one.
Grabe talaga si Halalon with the way he plays right now for Magnolia. It's a superstar right there. Sobrang bilis no? It's like a jitterbug and unable, no guard can catch up with his speed. Based na nakita mo siya, pinapalaro pa sa PBA on tour. Starting guard mo yun sa actual PBA
So it's actually interesting, you know, sometimes all it takes is one player coming from a certain area just opens the floodgates for scouts to try and scour, you know, those areas for new talents and just opening up opportunities for guys like John Ray Ladica.
If I'm not mistaken, si Halalon played for Arellano, right? They were really competitive when he was there.
And that's exactly where John Ray Ladica will play for in the NCAA for the Arellano Braves.
May may connection may CDO connection na in a way that's been opened by Gio Halalon. Not sure kung magkakilala nga ba sila or if there's a way na they're connected somehow. A minute and 55 remaining. Napapansin ko doon, Noy, na kapag may players from the same city, And then you mentioned a player to them na from the same city, they would say, kuya ko yun, tinuturuan
yeah.
ako nun. Na you would think na, so talaga
Kuya,
may...
not familial na kuya.
Oo,
diba?
not familiar na
Like
kuya.
a mentor type.
Ganun. Kasi kayo lamang mga probinsyano yung magkakaintindihan sa isa't isa. You get the struggle of each.
There is backing.
Should go back to Malabon. 25-21, a minute and 47 remaining here inside the Ynares Center. Tightly contested game here, 25-21. A wall of switch fibers was right there to deny the drive. Once more, Rizal will try. They pass it to the left side and just the nick of time, able to make that shot. That is Juan Luis Pacheco with 4 points and 4 rebounds now.
Shots like those really hurt, especially when you play good defense for 23 seconds and get beat by a shot like that, as Axel Mendoza will score.
Power move brought to you by Pound for Pound. Fitness, official fitness part of the junior MPBL. And Mendoza just towering over everybody here. He's a wiry guy and looked like he's bulky enough to push some of the defenders here ng Malabon.
Well, the thing with guys like Axel Mendoza, when they score inside, parang it's not a big deal anymore. Parang there's no reason to celebrate, especially when you're averaging 18 points and 10 rebounds per ball game.
It's just another day in the office. But for Rizal with a record of 3-2, you're not supposed to give up shots just like that. It looked like a layup line with 3 players going up against 1 defender. That's just like what we have seen. Should go back to Rizal switch fiber after that pass that went awry. Going out of bounds, should go back to them.
That last basket for Malabon coming from Zachary Lais. That's already his 4th point in this ball game, averaging just 3.
And finally, itong Rizal switch fiber finding their footing inside the paint and converting once again, knowing that the 3-point shot has not been their strength all along. Why not go to the usual spot, which is the bread and butter inside the paint. Again, a runner para sa Malabon. Sinasagot nila.
That's Matthew Aran finally joining the scoring parade here for Malabon.
Was that a pass or para it looked like a layup na kinapos tapos nakuha lang ni Mendoza no?
I think that's for the statistician to decide. I would be very generous and give that assist.
I will give that assist instead. Yeah, ganun na lang. Para two-man play. 2 versus 1 advantage. And mukhang ano dun, yung dribble kinabahan ako dun for a bit, but good thing. The referees allowed it to continue. 31-29, a buzzer beater. Much needed shot for the Rizal switch fiber as they're staring down at a 2-point lead by Malabon Fisher Mall. A look here, the Atlantis 88 move of the game. Ayun na nga, yung ano natin, pseudo. Okay, from that angle, mukha siyang
like
assist.
a pass, yeah.
Oo, with the way na yung pagpektus ng bola. Ayun no. Whoop. Mukhang mas intended.
It was a pass. I think it was a pass.
31-29. See you guys in the halftime break.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Patuloy ang ang labanan ng Rizal at Malabon, hatid sa inyo ng Atlantis 88, Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Inaugural Season. And for our halftime interview, masusolo ko nga ang head coach ng Rizal Switch Fiber, head coach June Cuevas. Gandang tanghali po, Coach. Matanong ko lang po, coming into Junior MPBL, isa sa mga pioneers ng youth basketball sa bansa, ano po ang naging approach nyo sa inyong coaching style dito sa Rizal 16 Under?
After my entire career, nag-focus ako in coaching. Napapasalamat ako na binigay sa akin ng tiwala ng Rizal team, yung as a head coach. Nagpapasalamat ako sa kanila.
Very well said, Coach. Meron po ba kayong message sa ating viewers?
Unang-una, nagpapasalamat ako sa sumusuporta ng Rizal, sa management namin, kay Boss Glenn Anore, kay Coach Ariel, kay Kagawad, Balahadya, at saka sa nanay ko, sa tatay ko, nanonood sila sa Santiago, Malbar, Batangas. Kamusta nga pala sa mga kababayan ko dyan sa Santiago, Malbar, Batangas. Pati yung asawa ko nanonood din ngayon. Tsaka sa abiyanan ko sa Morong Rizal.
Sorry, Coach. Maraming salamat po. At magbabalik po kami para sa second half.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa.
One more chance para sa half-court shooting challenge at pagkapanalo ng brand new smartphone. So I have here with me Evans, Kaiser, Paul, Simon at Nad, ang mga hopefuls ng brand new smartphone. Bumibuelo pa kasi siya. Last 3 players. Ang lakas ng pulso ni Kuya. Pakiramdam ko, ito na yun. Ito na ang mananalo ng smartphone. Pakiramdam ko lang pala. Last one for our challenge. Go, sir. Munti ka na, and abangan natin ang mga susunod na half-court shooting challenge dito sa Junior MPBL.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, mga akyatin ng mundo. Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob.
Welcome back to the Atlantis 88 Manny Pacquiao Jr. MPBL. Take a look here, some of the highlights between the Rizal Switch Fiber going up against the Malabon Fisher Mall, who are currently up 31-29. Take a look here, some of the first half highlights of this game.
Contrasting style so far for both teams. Itong Rizal shooting 42% from the field, Malabon 36% from the three-point area. That has been Malabon with a 12-point advantage, converting on 4 more three-pointers, 4 out of 13 for 30%, only 0 out of 3 for Rizal. Itong Rizal naman from the free throw area has gone to the line a lot more, but only making 33% of them, 5 out of 15. Itong Malabon, 3 out of 3, 100% points in the paint has really been the advantage here for Rizal, 24-12. But leading the team in scoring, no surprise here, Ladica with 11, Mendoza with 8, Manlutak for the other side for Malabon with 9, and Pacheco and Laiz with 4 each.
Now, Noy, if you're Rizal, how would you separate yourself in the second half? Well, also, you can say the same for Malabon later on.
Well, you know, itong Rizal always has been about shooting from inside the paint, shooting the higher percentage shots, but definitely, you know, they're trying to run, and that's something that Malabon should be very careful of. And also for Rizal, they should improve on that free throw shooting that has been really their Waterloo so far. But itong Malabon, of course, is still trying to hit a better percentage from the three-point area, and they could also try and open up things from the outside by shooting inside more.
Actually, yun na yung ating, in a way, keys to the game. Noy Africa, ladies and gentlemen. But you can see there a while ago, a shot from Rizal Switch Fiber. Nag-spin move pero mas lumalim. Kaya hindi sila nakatira doon. Sayang opportunity na yun. A foul right now by Rizal Switch Fiber that sends Malabon to the line for 2. Take a look here one more time. The fake. And sakto, that's a power move brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness, the official fitness partner of the Junior MPBL. Once again, a guy that we've been mentioning so many times already in this coverage, Monico Manlutak, outplaying his averages already. At kakasimula pa lang naman natin dito sa third quarter.
Already with 12 points. So 1 away from his performance in the previous game. So it's nice to see itong si Manlutak being more consistent for Coach Mark Sarmiento and Coach Froilan Baguion.
36-31 here with Rizal looking to solve the puzzle that is the Malabon Fisher Mall, who are surprising them with their play, considering that a lot of these guys are also new to the system, but the way they're moving, so much conviction. That's Monico Manlutak once again, 12 points now, leading everybody. Actually not 12, that's 14 now for Manlutak, leading everybody here inside the Ynares Center. But a quick counter para sa ating Rizal Switch Fiber. That is Mark David Herrera with a end-one shot and a power move brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness, official fitness part of the Junior MPBL. Itong si Mark Herrera, the strength and the ability to finish through contact. Only thing, if you want to have the same thing, enroll na kayo sa Pound for Pound Fitness. Affordable rates.
Well, actually nga, going back to contrasting styles here, I think for Rizal, they need to hit some open shots to open up the interior. Ito namang Malabon should start, you know, going inside to free up their shooters in the perimeter.
Great feed there. Kita mo dito sa Malabon. We saw them a while ago. They attempted 13 3-point shots in the first half. Now they're trying to call for traveling on the side of Malabon, but in this at least in the first 3 minutes of this quarter, we could see that they're pounding it inside the paint. They're not just a one-trick pony. They want to confuse their opponents on where they would go with regards to offense.
Unfortunately for Uno Cruz, just a step too much there on the fake. So even for, you know, for any player trying to work inside the paint, being able to have the composure, you know, right after a shot fake, to be wary of the number of steps that you're allowed inside.
Mendoza, that's 3 red shirts trying to stop it, and he's called for travel as he was trying to force his way to get to his spots. But if the better option, there was an open guy to your right. So he could have pass it out. But I think mahirap rin naman to recognize it when there are three guys trying to confuse you on where you are.
Right now, that's exactly what Malabon is doing because itong ang Rizal have yet to show that they can shoot from the outside, so they're just sitting in the zone, allowing their bigs to
You gotta love it when it's
confuse.
Uno Cruz who's the one
Yeah.
bringing down the ball.
Well, he has the first name is Uno, so he can play the one.
A great
he
stop
wants to.
there. Here comes Rizal. They have the numbers. Outrunning everybody. Itong si ano. That
Tagorda.
is, yeah.
Although si Herrera was wide open
Yeah,
and
wide
ahead of
open na si
everybody else,
Herrera.
but I think still a good decision for as long as you make the basket.
Nasabi ko nga rin, parang si Herrera daw wide open kay Pero okay lang. I mean,
But Herrera did not mind for as long as that ball goes through the hoop.
I don't think he would mind kasi pumasok. Pero kung hindi pumasok yun,
Oo,
sabi niya,
sisihin niya.
pasa mo na.
And it's not only him that would be complaining. The coaches would definitely give an earful to Tagorda.
Yun na yung mga forward pass na dapat ma-recognize mo. Minsan yung kakampi mo, bigay mo na. But if you're confident with your slashing ability,
Just make sure that you convert.
make sure you convert mo. Yun yung pressure mo eh. Parang pag winave off mo nga si Kobe, di ba? Si Kobe, yung kay Jeremy Lin.
And Kobe respected
Oo,
him
kasi
by
pumasok.
even giving him a ball screen.
Binigyan niya ng ball screen eh. Is that a free throw? I think should be 2 free throws para sa Malabon. With 5 minutes and 27 remaining. Still keeping up in step with the Rizal switch fiber.
Going to the free throw line is Santos. This is Sean Santos going to the free throw line, trying to score his first points.
Hits the back of the rim itong si Santos. Yung first shot niya. Tingnan natin dito yung drive kanina. I got him in the arm by Rizal. 2 team fouls for both teams right now, and no one able to really get away from this game. It's tightly contested, same as from what we saw from tip-off. Switch fiber, the floater hits the back rim. Rebounded by Rizal. I'm sorry, rebounded by Malabon. Ipit had to kick it out for 3. They haven't attempted a 3-pointer yet here in the second half. Another player called for traveling. We've been seeing a lot of those here in the third quarter, Anoy.
At that time, that Travel will go on Rambuyon. It's yet to score, averaging 8 points and 6 rebounds.
Hindi ko gets the change of strategy here right now, maybe to confuse their opponent. And a great cut to the rim. That is once again by Mark Herrera.
Itong Rizal not even wanting to confuse themselves, just going inside repeatedly.
Another one. Great forward pass this time. The recognition to give it to Mendoza, who finishes with a lefty layup, and those are his first 2 points of the game. And finally Rizal with a 1-point lead, and that is why a timeout will be called by the side of Malabon. Take a look here one more time. The cutting Mark Herrera.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
You're looking here at the Ride basketball, locally made, and that's the official ball of the junior MPBL of Manny Pacquiao, presented by Atlantis 88. And right now, you see on your screens, yes, Rizal has finally gotten this lead. And again, we want to thank some of our sponsors, Viver Hotel and Resorts, Auto Asia, and of course, Atlantis 88, who's always going to be there as our major sponsor. Nico Rocha here, Noy Africa, Flo Del Agua, your panel, till the last game in this afternoon slate. the momentum. Feel mo yung change yung air, no? It's moving towards the side of Rizal.
Akala ko nag-change yung air kasi nag-hoodie na ako
Nag-hoodie ka na.
Starting-
Actually, napahoodie ka rin bigla eh. Bigla ka na nilamig bigla eh.
Starting to get cooler, which is no surprise because we are in the Ynares Center here in Antipolo.
Let's give this first to Flo for her report.
Rizal head coach June Cuevas described their last game as a wake-up call for his team. Gawa ng natigil ng mandaluyang kanilang win streak, and he mentioned na naging lousy ang defense nila dahil sa pagod mula sa sunod-sunod na laro. Para naman kay team captain Uno Cruz of Malabon, may kaunting height advantage sila sa previous opponents, but they are having problems converting this into defensive rebounds. Sa ngayon naman, lamang sila with 28 rebounds at mukhang madadagdagan pa, but in the meantime, let's hear from Noy and Nico.
Some adjustments that were mentioned to Flo regarding how these teams can pull away in the third quarter, right? So far, dikitan dito in Malabon with a fadeaway shot. It looked really good all net. That is by number 11 of Malabon. Let's take a look here by Andre Garcia.
And interesting how they talk about the height advantage, and when you go up against a team like Rizal and Axel Mendoza, that's something that I don't necessarily hear all the time. But they were actually referring to their previous opponent, so they're gonna have to work double time here, especially with Axel Mendoza already with 8 points and 7 rebounds.
Very, very reliable option for the side. And now we're just waiting here to resume with Malabon having the ball. They have tied this game once more, 40 all. And if you're Rizal, you don't want this to happen. You want to be in a comfortable spot and avoid an upset, considering that these teams live off, you know, like they love being close to the opponent that they believe is the stronger one on paper. And of course, they want to smell an upset and be able to complete it by the time this game is over.
Interesting about that comment about Rizal having consecutive games. They played like 2 days ago. And this is already their 6th game for the season.
I feel ko kilala ko yung mga bata na yun, considering that I was also the one assigned to them 2 days ago. Grabe yung spin move na yun. Nakalusot siya din. He was about to get sandwiched. Once more for Rizal. Opting up for the 3. Hits front rim. Would you do the same, Noy? Would you tell your player to, you encourage him to take the 3 or more of wait it out?
Well, it really depends on what they show in practice. If you see a guy who can't even shoot in practice, shoot the same shot in the game, that could be a cause for not only concern, but also frustration, disappointment, anger maybe. But, you know, if they show the ability to shoot that shot and, you know, you can see that they're practicing it during practice, that's an allowable shot. But, well, maybe like 10 years ago, totally unacceptable, but we're in a different era right now.
Ngayon, that's part of life. That's part of basketball. Mendoza getting fouled, and he heads the line for 2 more. And
that's definitely a part of any team's lives, having to contend with Axel Mendoza underneath. Just really has a magnet and a nose for the ball. I think he's already had 8 rebounds.
Yeah, near double-double na yun si Mendoza eh.
And again, yun nga, di ba? Whenever he grabs rebounds or he scores, parang no big deal. Just really all business for him. And even for me personally, I'm not even surprised when he's pulling down rebounds.
Again, if you heard my sigh a while ago, it's because of the 6 for 20 from the free throw line. I think this is the lowest I have seen Rizal shoot it. That's why it's a bit disappointing to see them like this. I've seen these boys make it 55 to 65%, which is usually their average. So I don't know what's gotten into them here.
Yeah, it could be, you know, the cold weather so far. But Malabon, on the other end, just 4 out of 6. They've attempted 13 less attempts, but yung conversion just 2 less. So that's really something that Rizal will really need to address, not only here in this ball game, but with the practices that they're gonna have after this.
Short on that shot one more time. This time by Capaducio. His first 2 points of this game, tying the ball game for the Switch Fiber.
Capaduso averaging 4 points and 3 rebounds, finally getting one.
Dunk. Okay, kala ko magdadunk na si Mendoza eh. Konting tease kasi. Yung, alam mo yung parang yung buwelo before you rise up. A layup to make it safe. But 2 points is still 2 points.
That's why I paused, giving you the stage there. But Axel Mendoza finishing with the layup, still the same 2 points.
You know, yun yung kantsaw eh. Pag naglalaro ka sa mga leagues, right? You will hear the people say, dunk, dunk.
Oh,
We
yeah.
see it's a fast break lip, and you see that it's a tall guy that can actually go up. But
And I think he's already had like a few tip slams.
mga rim
Maybe
grazers,
it's
no?
like at least one that I remember.
You gotta challenge Mendoza, Axel Mendoza, to do a dunk here. May ano pa naman eh, may 30 seconds remaining in this quarter. Then mamaya may 10 minutes pa sa fourth quarter. So marami pang oras. But now it's a 4-point lead now for Rizal Switch Fiber. This has been their quarter so far. They have outscored Malabon 17-11 here, getting some much needed breathing room. But that's a foul on Rizal. Good thing that's only their third team foul, which means no free throws yet for Malabon.
While itong Malabon already in the penalty. Yes, in the penalty with 5.
Garcia gives it to Malyari.
Still have a foul to give itong Rizal.
They do. Let's see if they take the foul. The stop. Opts for a mid-range. Fadeaway runner. No good. They have a second left and not much time remaining there. They still hoist up that shot, but even if it went in, it's still no good. At the end of the third quarter, 46 for the Rizal Switch Fiber against 42 for Malabon. And a look here at the Atlantis 88 move of the game. Hirap talaga ng tira. Yan yung naalala ko from this quarter. You can see here the fake out on 2 defenders rising. The last one unable to contest that shot. See you guys in the fourth and final frame.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo.
Again, our crowd here inside the Ynares Center, hindi tayo nagkukulang sa support from the people inside here. Bata, matanda, everybody's here to give their energy for whoever team they're supporting. Maybe Rizal, Malabon, or they just appreciate basketball. You're near the area. This is the perfect place for you.
Kala ko you were taking it personal, referring to bata at matanda.
But hindi. Ano lang, to include of all ages lang na. But look at that finish by Rizal Switch Fiber. Looking like a completely different team here in the second half. A while ago they're a bit timid, but now the shots are actually falling now. Oop, nadulas ata dun.
Well, so far, very quiet and easy. 10 points here for Ezekiel Tagorda with 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. So a quiet, very all-around effort coming from one of the unsung heroes for Rizal.
Ito si Vergara kanina, we saw him tripping a while ago. Parang, I think it was a wet spot or I think nagkasabitan lang naman yung paa.
But for most definitely, he caused a wet spot.
Yeah, naka water skid tuloy. So you have to clean that off. You see here Rizal wasting no time with their offensive possessions, and you know what? It's actually really working well for them. Some teams, you would hear the coaches, slow down, set tayo. But Rizal is usually the easy baskets of actually from turnovers as well. They now have 20 points of turnovers to just the 10 of Malabon. That's why they have a 10-point lead and starting off this quarter really well. We got a timeout on the floor.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod.
take a look here one more time at the Daredevils of the Rizal Switch Fiber who love to play through contact. They're creating space literal and finishing with a mid-range shot.
Yeah, I don't think since I've covered Rizal, I think this will be the first time I'll be saying this. Itong si Ezekiel Tagorda is leading Rizal in scoring.
Considering that
you have Ladica and Mendoza on your roster. Axel Mendoza on your roster.
it's a great coach's problem, right? But before that, a power move brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness, official fitness part of the Junior MPBL. The run continues for Rizal. It's now a 10-point lead. Is this the biggest lead that they have put up in this game?
I believe
feel so, yeah.
Nako-confuse
ko kasi with the 18 and under team. Kasi parang, wait lang, ito na yung highest. But I believe so. It's already 12 for Rizal Switch Fiber. And it's the same story. Parang sa kanila mga kuya na nakalayo lang sa fourth quarter.
Yeah, so that's 9 unanswered points here at the start of the fourth quarter. For Rizal, 9-0 so far.
It's a deja vu moment, at least for you and me, Noy. Considering that you were there to witness what happened in the 18 and under division. And correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the first time they've been doing press in a consistent basis? Were they doing the press in the first 3 quarters?
I think not as aggressively, but
as now, no?
Hindi lang yan deja vu for us, but also a deja vu for Coach Froilan Baguion.
All right, the Power Move brought to you by Pound for Pound Fitness, official fitness part of the Junior MPBL. Medyo kinabahan ako doon, kinapau ako kasi the steps that he almost took. It looked like it was gonna be a travel. Thankfully, he was able to catch himself, faking out Axel Mendoza up in the air. A really incredibly hard thing to do. And now you have a chance to convert in the free throw line and be able to cut it back once more to 10. To which they do. 8 minutes and 25 remaining. Sobrang glaring talaga ng 7 for 21 ito sa Rizal. Imagine if they made 15 of the 21. It could be a snooze fest from here on out. But at least this is keeping Malabon in the game. Good thing for us as panel and those watching on Facebook, on YouTube, and Channel 98 on Signal.
Well, this is still itong Rizal not yet out of the woods. Malabon only down by 10 points.
Good Ladica trying to disrupt the ball handlers. Nakalusot si Manlutak and he finishes. Just gliding through the air, avoiding contact mid-air.
Manlutak already with 16 points and 6 rebounds. So there's still a fight back coming here for Malabon.
Once again, another stop by Malabon.
That was actually a good foul there for Tagorda. Did not have the numbers.
8-point lead para sa ating Rizal Switch Fiber. They are up 7 minutes and 47 into the fourth quarter. That's a timeout on the floor as Malabon wants to talk things over.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to, liga ng bayan na to.
This is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL presented by Atlantis 88. And right now, Rizal Switch Fiber has flipped the script in the second half. They have dominated all quarters so far and hoping to get victory number 4 while Malabon searching for win number 2 and make it a 500 record.
Definitely itong si Monico Manlutak trying to give Malabon a victory here already with 18 points, cuts the lead down to the 6 points.
Merong riddle, di ba? Ni Minonico, ni Monica.
I don't want to go there. Mahirap yan. But another basket here for Tagorda. Having the points lead advantage with Ladica for Rizal.
That's actually another good foul. That's how you commit a foul. Especially pag one-on-one kayo, you know that the guy is physically stronger than you. With the momentum, you give a hard foul. Wag lang yung parang papaluin mo lang na hindi niya mararamdaman.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, make sure that you take out the opportunity for a 3-point play.
Make sure maramdaman nila at may imprint yung kamay mo. Without being a unsportsmanlike foul.
Unsportsmanlike, yeah. Nothing dirty, just a play on the ball.
We don't promote roughness here. We only promote
the
good
junior
fouls.
MPBL, that's why we have very good referees here.
Yan.
I don't think we've had on-court incidents between the players just yet.
Let's not wish for that, no? Kasi,
On-court, yeah.
you know,
really just a lot of playing hard and, just parang wala pa naman kasi animosity itong mga bata na to eh. I don't think they need...
Magkakaibigan na rin kasi iba yung generation ngayon na you are familiar with one another, considering you may have been teammates in other leagues, you may have teammates in barangay leagues, tournaments, so maybe that's why.
And of course, with the advent of social media,
yes,
baka nakalaro mo ngayon, mamaya friends na kayo on Facebook, di ba, or Instagram.
And napansin ko, these kids just want to play ball. The three, medyo matulis yung tres na yun, ha? Rizal switch fiber. Grabe yung fake out na yun. The hard collision under the rim. Good thing both players are okay. But even that, Rizal will head to the line for 2 more free throws as they want to improve their percentage. It's currently 33% only.
Well, despite all that contact, you can see players picking each other up. Kahit yung kalaban nila, they're the ones picking them up. Like maybe 5 years ago, hindi yan acceptable for coaches na kalaban mo yan. So during a game, walang kaibigan even if you're friends outside. But nowadays, talagang...
Tulungan naman na. Sige, tulungan mo na. Sportsmanship tayo dito.
Para matapos na yung laro.
Ganun ba yan?
Just kidding. Hindi, para ma-map na nung mapman yung floor. There you go. But Ladika, so far from the free throw line, 6 out of 9.
Tulungan mo na para maka-free throw ka na. Kidding aside, I'm sure most of these guys are friends already. And the miss on the free throw, and the free throw woes continue. It's ice cold, literal, 7 for 22. Good for 31% only. Finally, a shot has been made here from the free throw line, courtesy of Rizal. 8 for 23 after that one. Still a long ways to go for them with regards to the free throw shooting. But good thing, they are playing incredible defense. Kakalusot dito ng Malabon. Muntika na sila maabutan ng 8-second violation. They're only down by 8 with 6:25 to go. A lot of time left.
It's going to be a foul on Capaduso, trying to stop Manlutak from getting position underneath.
That's supposed to be 14 fouls now para sa Rizal switch fiber.
You can see very good camera work until they lost the action. But that was pretty much the reason for that foul.
But still incredible camera work from our director and all the hardworking men and women here in the junior MPBL, making sure that everything is on time and that everybody is on point with regards to their work. Grabe yung push na yun by Ladika once more. 17 points and 7 rebounds now. Parang sa volleyball no? Parang sinet up niya lang
That's right. And whenever Rizal is playing and they're, going for a victory, it's always a hard challenge for us. As you see Rambuyon with the basket there, it's always a hard challenge for the panel to try and choose somebody else, especially with, very just consistent itong dalawang to.
A little bit of nice spin move on the side of Rizal, but they missed that shot. They lose control of the basketball. Malabon. Medyo madulas ata yung bola with Ladika. Ooh, that was short.
That is something that you do not see every day. Ladika missing on a gimme.
Gusto niya tres. Tingnan natin if he converts here. Ladika short on that one. Hits the front rim. Good thing Mark Herrera was right there. But the third time is the charm. A 3 for Rizal switch fiber. Pushing the lead now to
11.
Kala ko 63 na yung score. So titignan ko, gagalaw pa ba? Lost the track of the score here.
So that's their first conversion from the outside. 1 out of 7, and that make coming with about 5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And despite of that, they still have an 11-point lead. But Laiz will score his 6th point to cut the lead down back to single digits.
63-54. The hop step, the feed to Mark Herrera, who's wide open, but just the ball just rattling outside. At babalik yan sa ating white shirts after the ball getting swiped by Malabon.
But you like how itong si Tagorda has been trying to set up his teammates. Easily could have lost like maybe 3 assists just because his teammates have not been converting those good setup jobs.
4:47 here inside the Ynares center with Rizal in the driver's seat, but not really out of the woods yet considering the fight that Malabon is showing. Oop! Oh, it's a foul on the floor on Malabon, so good thing they just missed out narrowly on the 2 free throws that are supposed to be attempted by Rizal. 63-54, 9-point lead still. 14 fouls for Rizal, 3 for Malabon.
Well, if you're Malabon, if you make a game out of this in the crucial juncture of the game, you can actually go to a foul shooting competition with Rizal, especially with the very low percentage from the free throw area.
And it looking like the slow-paced game would benefit Malabon more based on the trend that we have seen right now. And the fact that Rizal is only shooting at a 35% clip on the free throw line, you can take your chances there. Wala ka na if the shots aren't falling.
Although they might need to speed it up a little bit because time is slowly running down for them. That foul is going to go on Vergara. So
Penalty na.
2 free throws here for Malabon, who have been fairly decent. 6 out of 9, 67% from the free throw line.
And ito na kasi sabi natin, no? But before that, take a look here at Ladika with receiving that hard screen. And is there a push off sa Rizal? I think there was a push from the back. That's why they're headed to the line for 2.
Vergara getting caught in the land of the Giants, forced to push, but the referees eagle-eyed as always, calling the foul.
Malabon shooting it at a good clip of 70%, 7 of 10 from the line. And let's see if this one goes in. It does go in. It's 8 for 11 now. Great
so
shooting.
So anong percentage ng 8 out of 11? Madaya kapag 7 out of 10 eh.
72.
72.
Oh,
that's my boy.
Sabi naman sa trabaho dito, wala kasamang mat. Bakit ginaganyan mo ako? Sa basketball ka lang. 3 minutes and 48 seconds. And Malabon has cut the lead to 5. Ladika wasting no time. And medyo minadali ni Ladik. I think he was off balance. Hence the shot not going in.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
What happened there? Was it charging?
Stepping on the sideline.
Stepping on this unfortunate turn of events for Malabon Fisher Mall. Time out on the floor. See you guys after this.
Ligan ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Ligan ng bayan na to, huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para
You can look here at the Malabon Fisher Mall team. Huffing and puffing kasi naghahabol sila ngayon. 63-58. It was the third quarter that did them in. They lost that quarter 17-11.
But right now they're only down 1 for the quarter against Rizal, 17-16, and a 5-point lead that they're trying to overhaul. And right now I think it's really a matter of trying to defend the interior dahil isa pa nga lang ang conversion nitong Rizal from the 3-point area as we see the referee
multitasking, multi-talented. Iba talagang junior MPBL referees. Nasa kaya map boy natin, no? Sa CR siguro. Anyway, here we go with Rizal switch fiber. Crucial basket here if they make it. They need to keep Malabon at bay considering that the momentum is slowly moving to their side. 3 minutes and 15, a lot of time left here. Herrera feeding it to the left side. Spin move.
Ooh.
Wow, what a move,
finish.
what a finish. Strategic there. Parang dissecting that defense para sa Malabon. Fishermo only down by 3. It's a one possession game courtesy of Christian Miranya. Parang nag-aanindangan dito yung Rizal, no? They don't know who to go to. Vergara, it's gonna be a big 3. But good thing Ladika was there to pick up the miss. And he heads to the line once again for 2 free throws. And itong si Ladika, no, he is actually 7 for 11 from the free throw line. It's a matter of when he's making them. It's gonna be crucial. One possession game na lang, no eh.
Well, definitely, it's really sometimes a matter of timing when you hit those free throws para makalimutan yung mga misses mo earlier, and it's really the best time here for Ladika to hit his free throws. Really just getting an offensive rebound there and getting to the charity stripe.
Crucial times right now para sa Rizal switch fiber and Malabon Fisher Mall 16 in under division. 65-60, 5-point lead. Ladika now has 19 points and 9 rebounds. One more rebound will lead to a double-double once again for him. Traveling, unfortunate for Malabon.
So for Malabon, that's already turnover number 20, only 16 for Rizal.
Ano bang napansin mo dito sa Malabon, Coach? They are down 5. What should they prioritize heading into the deep waters of this game?
Well, definitely, they need to make stops, and they need a sequence of stops and then be able to score on the other end. This is still just a 2-possession ball game, so it's really just a matter of making stops.
Fake there. Just short on that shot. It should go back to Malabon. Great stop on their end. And great discipline. They already have 14 fouls, not fouling the players of Rizal, who are known to love to attack the basket.
Well, I think for Malabon, just avoid fouling. Itong si Ladika has been shooting very well. Look at
Ganda
that
ng block na yun. Si Mendoza. Ayun, si
That is
Axel Mendoza.
Mendoza for sure.
Ganda ng timing niya.
He seems to be hobbling here.
The block by Axel Mendoza here, right on time, stopping that layup and making it a one-possession game. It's back to 65-60 still.
Well, that's really one player you don't want to meet up top. Itong si Axel Mendoza was supposed to be subbed out, but telling his coach he's all right.
Rizal, wasting no time. Para tayo sinasabi kasi 19 seconds left in the shot clock with 2 defenders right there. They would really go for the home run play, which is a layup for them. Great tap by Rizal. They have the numbers 2 versus 1 advantage. The step through and the make. Big basket for the switch fiber. Needing every basket they can get since Malabon really is a pesky team. Not dying till the end game. 1 minute 33, here they come. Malabon. They can always opt for the 3. They've been making those in this game, and finally, great timing by Aran. No hesitation. 3 for his 8th point of the game. Take a look here one more time. Rizal was not ready for that pull-up.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
The Rizal Switch Fiber are up by 4 right now, 67-63. You're watching Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL presented by Atlantis 88. Nico Rocha here with Noy Africa and Flo de la Agua to bring you this game live. And a while ago, Malabon made a crucial 3 in what was a 7-point lead, back to 4. Here comes Rizal, the drive. Wild layup, medyo minadali nila dun. They're not, they're in the position to actually slow it down. There's no need to rush it. Yun na nga, di ba, Noy? It's, I think, 3 straight possessions, minamadali nila.
They rush their shots, but right now, itong Malabon choosing to attack Axel Mendoza. I think they saw him limping earlier.
And that's how you recognize some weaknesses of your team. But when did Axel Mendoza limp? Did he limp after
the block?
After the block. So baka yung landing nga niya, no? 57 seconds remaining here. Take a look here one more time.
The tap out for Malabon.
Almost. Passes to Mendoza. Mendoza had to release that hurriedly. Parang mabilis, no, yung pagkano doon. Usually he waits, but something might be bothering Axel right at this very moment. 67-65. Malabon is right in this game. They were down 7 a while ago, but they have cut that down to 2. Will this be the lead? Recovered by the red shirts. Another try from 3. Ooh. There you go! And Malabon with a 1-point lead right now, flipping the script against the Rizal Switch Fiber. And this is the same guy who made a 3-pointer a while ago. It was off transition, and that is Matthew Arano once again. Only playing 16 minutes of action, and yung nga sinasabi mo kanina, Noy, it's not when you start or come off the bench. If you play in the end game, you're really prideful about that.
And actually, the magnitude of the shots that you're making, because you could have like a lot of points early when the outcome has yet to be decided. But when your shots actually affect the outcome, that's when the big guys come to play, the big game players. And so far for Malabon, they have rested that lead. I think they were down 67-60. So this is an 8-0 run in the last few minutes for Malabon. Let's see how Rizal will respond. And definitely Rizal being punished for, trying to attack as opposed to using some clock for 3 straight possessions.
If you're Rizal, who do you go to? But before that, a look at our commissioner and Sir J.R. Navarro, Sir Keith Picazo and J.R. Navarro. Nakatayo na because of the action that's about to happen right now inside the Ynares Center. Spin move by Ladica. And he counters the 3 with a drive and a spin move. Now with the lead once again for Rizal. 69-68, 17 seconds. Let's see what Malabon does here. Will they go and make it a quick play? But they got careless with the ball. And now it lands in the hands of Rizal. And a sigh of relief after that. But they have to make their 2 free throws first before they're officially out of the woods.
Look at that Ladica just really willing his way to the basket. Spin move in traffic, finishing despite the challenge there for Manlutak.
And you just know pupunta sila kay Ladica, considering he's the hottest guy right now on the court for Rizal. Now with 21 points, 9 rebounds in just 27 minutes of action. Really efficient numbers once again.
And good idea looking for him because they knew that Malabon was going to foul, and they go to their most accurate free throw shooter in this ball game. I didn't want to jinx anything and draw the ire of the Rizal Switch Fiber following.
The Rizal Switch Fiber faithful na in full force. Sa akin na lang lahat yan. Yung nakikita ninyo sa inyong mga screen sa Facebook, YouTube, and live on Channel 98. 2 for 2 at the line for Ladica.
No more timeouts. Fouls to get here for Rizal. It's interesting if they choose to try and foul.
Ikaw, would you?
I don't.
They're a good free throw shooting team eh.
That's a foul.
Ooh, okay. So 3 seconds have been wasted there.
Although most coaches would use that strategy to just give up the foul. because there are a lot more things that need to happen for the offensive team to get the 3 points. And they'd have to make the first, miss the second, get the offensive rebound with a chance to tie the ball game. So what's crucial here is the first free throw.
Okay, makes the first one. So the pressure right now is on Malabon. But Manlutak's at the line and no other guy that they want to be at the charity stripe than him.
And I'm not sure you can afford to miss the free throw, especially with Axel Mendoza underneath there for Rizal. But on the same point, they cannot play a free throw shooting game because there's only 5 seconds and they do not have any more timeouts.
Manlutak for the second shot. Medyo minadali niya yun. Rebounded by Rizal. They had to foul itong Malabon with 2.5 seconds remaining here. Make the next 2 free throws, you're good.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, you can make the first and miss the second.
Pwede
I
rin
think
to waste time.
Pretty much a good ploy here. So it will really depend on the first free throw.
At the line, you see on your screens right now, that is Sean Andrews Vergara. Oh, okay, that's an air ball on the first free throw for Sean. So one more. Isa pa naman. To make it tougher for Malabon. Just need one more from Sean. He has 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists right now in 20 minutes of action. You see here the complete silence by the Switch Fiber team. Okay, so he misses these 2 free throws, which means, paano to, coach, na yung inbound, will it be midcourt or from the other end?
From the baseline.
Baseline.
Yeah, it's a baseline. So 2 seconds here. Are we gonna see a miracle?
You'll never know. This is a great 3-point shooting team, itong Malabon. Let's see if they go for the Hail Mary. Okay.
This is to tie.
The Hail Mary. Oh! For the win tuloy. Wala na naman siya ng oras eh. Wow. What a way to end the 4th quarter.
That was a good clear shot for
Good
the
clear
win.
shot nga yun. Nawala yung breath ko doon. I was like,
I was already standing up to celebrate a big shot.
let's take a look at the Atlantis 88 move of the game by Malabon Fisher Mall. Specifically, that is Miranya. Grabe yun. They really made it. What a way to end it. Right? You thought that 67-60, they're off to another victory. Results Switch Fiber. But Malabon always has plans to spoil things whenever they can. They dropped to 1-3, while Rizal will now be 4-2.
Well, definitely with guys like the usual numbers coming from Ladica and Mendoza, and you add to that the good performance by Ezekiel Tagorda, but in the end, it was really just too much of this guy who gave them back the lead.
I'm just waiting here for the Atlantis 88 player of the game. We now turn it over to Flo Del Agua. Flo, go ahead.
Nagpamalas ng gusto ang koponan ng Rizal Switch Fiber at kasama ko nga sa aking tabi ang pangatlo niya na daw na Atlantis 88 player of the game. Walang iba kundi si John Ray Ladica with 25 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. Pangatlo mo na ito, John Ray. Congratulations sa iyong team. Matanong ko lang, nasa lahi niyo na ba ang pagbabasketball at kung oo, kanino ka sa tingin mo nagmana?
Nasa lahi na po at yung bata pa po ako, nag-ensayo po kami ng maayos at work hard lang po palagi.
Maraming salamat, John Ray. Gawa ng pangatlong player of the game mo na to. I'm sure meron kang gustong batiin at pasalamatan.
Binabati ko lang po si Kagawad Budi sa aming lugar na Sido at saka si Chairman Dennis Tero at yung pensan ko Ken Salado at ang team ng Caesars Bowlers at ang coach ng Caesars Bowlers at ang nanay ko nasa ibang bansa sa Qatar. Binabati ko po siya at pamilya ko doon sa Kaumanan. Shoutout po sa inyong lahat. Yun lang po. At AU Chiefs family po. At mga coaches po ng Arellano. Yun lang po.
Congratulations again, John Ray, and to your team and to our supporters. Don't leave just yet dahil meron pa tayong isang laro. Pero bago yan, here are Noy and Nico to officially close this game.
Thank you so much for that flow. And well, pinsan niya pala si Ken Salado, also Arellano University na alumni.
So it doesn't end with the Gio Halalon affiliation. Meron pa pala ang pinsan niya na si Kent Salado.
Take a look here, some of the highlights that perfectly encapsulated how incredible this game was, with which we thought that it's gonna be a Rizal switch fiber able to pull away in the second half, but Malabon with their timely threes, as you can see right there. But the hero of the game is Ladica once more. We wrap another live coverage for the 1600 division with Rizal winning 71-69 against Malabon. Our next game, our final game, will be the 1400 division matchup between the two cities. On behalf of Coach Noy Africa and Flo Del Agua, this has been Nico Rocha. And this is the Atlantis 88 Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.